The whole fitness industry is all about functional movement at the moment. But in reality, it's quite far from being functional. Being functional means being practical, being something we can really use. A lot of people isolate their muscle. They isolate some muscle groups. Even in their training program, one day will be chest day, the other day will be legs. Everything is isolated. But as soon as you start training outdoors, training in nature, as soon as you start climbing, crawling, moving around, jumping, whole body has to move together. You cannot isolate anything. You cannot say, just my arm will move, I will be able to use just this muscle for climbing. That's not possible. You need to stabilize some part of your body, you need to synchronize everything together. Everything has to move exactly at the right time, the right way, to be able to achieve a specific movement. So training in nature is, I would say, a lot more functional, because in reality, in practical application, this is whole body. This is not a single part. When you decide to be actually more functional and to train outdoors, to train in nature, you realize that a lot of new principles, or very old principles, come back. For example, things like the old George Hebert's motto, being strong to be useful, makes sense again. Why being strong to be useful? Because just being able to lift a certain weight, a certain object, is good. Okay, helps you to get stronger and maybe to look better. But what about being able to move this object to help people, to save people? What about if this object is someone? What about if this object is someone you rescue? All of a sudden, lifting takes a completely new dimension. And believe me, lifting a certain weight or lifting a person from exactly the same weight are two very different things. Lifting someone is usually a lot more challenging. You have limbs, you have someone who is maybe not completely cooperative or too cooperative, and therefore it becomes a lot more challenging, a lot more difficult. I strongly believe that people tend to be highly specialized. The only problem with being a specialist is you are only good at one specific thing. And if you think about it for a few minutes, you realize that in real life, we might not have to be extremely good at something, we might have to be good at everything. So instead of being extremely good at something, we adapted to be able to be good at pretty much everything. We couldn't survive if we were not able to crawl, run, swim, cross a river, fight against someone else or animals, predators, and so on. So I strongly believe that being a generalist rather than a specialist is something we need, something that is hardwired in our brain.